Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Iris Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight, we have Beth Kahn and Thug. It's the admin dream team. How are you guys doing? Not all at once, guys.
Oh, wait, I didn't know you were talking to us. We're doing great.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I am lovely. Thank you for asking, Mr. Yeti Casts.
Rough start, everybody. Rough
I
start.
know.
We'll ramp it up. I promise. By minute 30, we'll have this stuff on lockdown, guys. Apologies for the late start tonight, guys. Had some family stuff going on, so but nonetheless, we are here now. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We have some finals to talk about. We have some all-star drafts to take care of. We also have our a couple of Season 9 announcements. I know a couple people have been looking for Season 9 information. A little bit to announce tonight for that, and a lot more to come next week. So if you're looking for Season 9 info, you're in the right place, guys. Let's start it off with the big one, which was last week. We had our first finals. A lot of you in the NA may not have been paying attention. If you weren't, what are you doing?
Working.
Wake up. It's 2:30 in the afternoon in Eastern time. Like, what are you doing? It's the summer. Like, imagine having.
I miss summer. I miss summer.
Imagine summer vacations,
Same.
man.
Having more than one day off a week.
The Harmony, our inaugural season in the EU region, we had the Harmony tier EU with their finals. Venice Vipers taking on Feeders United, and Venice Vipers taking home our first ever non-NA championship, taking it home 4-1 against Feeders United. A fantastic final, a fantastic performance from Venice Vipers. Thug, let's get a reaction from you. That you're the other Harmony tier director.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you have Harmony EU, first off, I was working, Yeti. Thank you. You know this because I talked to you during work.
It's true. We talk all the time during work. Really.
When you're the only EU division, you're the kings of EU, man. Like, undisputed. This is
kings.
It's your throne at this point. But seriously, though, it's awesome to see kind of these stories. You know, all season we're talking about, you know, like Apollo and EU Scrimbucks and things like that. It's cool to see these ones that like no one's talking about. They're taking this out as like bulletin board material, and here they are coming out of nowhere with such power. And it's fun to hear these stories. That's what Trank's about, is empowering these lesser known teams. Teams that the mean Mr. Yeti doesn't talk about on the podcast. And they can do it, man. So, yeah, that was really cool for me. I liked watching that, and in a really good, strong, solid first season for EU. Matched a lot of what first season of Tranquility was. We didn't end with all the teams we started with. That's for damn sure.
No.
But, yeah, good job.
Beth, your thoughts on the season that was and the finals that were as well?
Yeah, as far as the finals and the playoff run goes, I am always a fan of underdog stories. First seed versus first seed, or first seed versus second seed, is always the most boring end to the playoffs in my mind. So watching a fifth seed have to come in, not get that bye week, and have to just kind of claw their way through and end up winning the whole thing. Perfection. Couldn't ask for better writers for this season.
Good job, writers.
And I mean, a lot of props have to be given to the team too, right? Like I said, they came in as a fifth seed. They may not have had the strongest season, but I feel like Skyflower being the MVP probably played a big role in bringing that team together and bringing them to where they are now. So hoping to see them back, hoping to see all of the other kind of teams that we hyped up and talked about more over the course of the season coming back next season. It'll be cool to see where EU heads next.
We're definitely thrilled to get EU going with this past season. And congratulations again, Venice Vipers, taking home our inaugural EU champion, the kings and queens of EU in Tranquility right there. Going into next season, the plan right now is we will be expanding our EU reach. We're planning on bringing in a Discord tier for EU. That being said, it comes down to who signs up and what teams we have available. We'd love to make it happen, but we need signups to make it happen. So if your friends are looking for tournaments over in the EU region, This is the best chance, one of the best opportunities you're going to find out there to get into a fantastic tournament. So we definitely hope you guys consider coming back next year. All of the EU, you guys stuck with us through our inaugural season, reaching out to a new region, challenging as it can be. You guys did great. So thank you so much for all of that. Looking at we're moving into our next little bit here. We're going to talk about All-Stars, guys. You guys all saw the All-Stars. They were announced last week on the 2nd, the full list of 20 All-Stars in every region except EU, which had 12. And the All-Stars for the EU, I'll show them here for you guys, is right here. You got Mate, Elixir, Mystic, Prostitute, Yoshi, Chidoi, Draconis, Mzumi, 2 Madre, Mzumi, 2 Madre, Linus Tech Tip, Skyflower, and Apple Tree. We for our All-Stars, the way we divvy up into teams for the All-Star matches, which are taking place next week. It's Mateo. Is it Mate or Mateo? It's Mateo. Let's just go with, okay. I don't know which. I'm not sure. I'm just going to go with Mateo because LCS is telling me it's Mateo. I'm going to believe it. He could be lying to me.
He's probably lying to me.
LCS
Probably lying to me. LCS is trolling me, I'm sure. LCS. What a rat, LCS. Come on, man. Anyways. It's mate LCS no Surly. Okay. Fair enough. No, LCS, thank you very much. But we draft the teams here on the content team. We have Iris or members of our content team assigned to each team, and they draft up the teams for you. And we have a little video showing you the EU Harmony tier draft, and then here it is. All right, everybody, welcome to the Harmony tier EU All-Star Draft. Joining me here is Capital, representing the Orem side, and Seraph, who is going to be representing Indigo tonight in this draft. The first pick is yet to be determined, and the way we are deciding our first pick is the same way we're doing it for every draft. I will name one of the players that are all-stars this season in this tier, and the first person to tell me which team they are on will win. Well, now just tell me. You don't need to buzz in or do anything. Just say it. Just blurt it out once you know it. And that player is Chinoy.
Thunderbolt Rewind.
Capital wins this one, so Orem will take the first pick. Orem on the first pick. Cap, who are you going to be taking?
I'm going with Elixir from EU Scrimbucks. I think that she's a really, really good player. I watched her get casted multiple times. I casted her myself in the EU Scrimbucks feature in playoffs. They're very, very good. They clutch a lot of fights for EU Scrimbucks that they really shouldn't win, and really lifted that team up to an elite level. So that was my first pick.
All right, Elixir, the first pick overall here. Seraph, who are you taking?
All right, my first pick for tank is going to be 2 Madre from Venice Vipers. I think it was a very big reason why they managed to get into the finals and why it was a pretty fun series to watch.
2 Madre from the Venice Vipers, the season 8 or inaugural EU season champions, Venice Vipers. That is Capital. Start off the second round. Who are you taking?
For sure. So now I got a DPS. You gotta support that DPS. How does that DPS keep that space? You add a support as a support player. Super important. And I'm going with Yoshi JD, not the MVP. Going with Yoshi from Apollo. I think you got that glue guy. Yoshi knows everybody. Everybody loves Yoshi. You gotta put him on that team.
All right, Yoshi, the second pick overall here. I'm sorry, second round of pick here for Capital on the Orem side. Seraph, Indigo, where are you going with round 2 pick?
All right, so I think one of the most important things for any team to have is a nice, well-rounded tank line. And for my second tank, I'm going to go with Linus Tech Tip from Thunderbolt Rewind.
Took both
your tanks?
Let's go.
Took both the tanks that Capital wanted off the board. Now, Linus Tech Tip taking second. So, Seraph finishing off his tanks early here. Only 12 total All-Stars in the EU because it's a small tier. So, Capital, third round. Who are you taking?
Well, my next pick was going to be a tank, but I don't need to pick any tanks because Seraph still got his roster on tanks. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pick up another choice. I'm going to snag another support. And surprise, the last of this long, taking the MVP, Skyflower from Venice Vipers, the champion.
Skyflower from the Venice Vipers going up against teammate 2 Madre, it looks like, here in this All-Star game, taking the third round pick here for Capital on Orem. So Capital has gotten 2 supports now, maxed out on supports and 1 DPS. Seraph, where are you going here?
Well, my third pick, I'm going to start off with my support line, and I'm going to pick up a Choanoya from Thunderbolt Rewind. Just get a good meat support into the Indigo.
So, Seraph going with the support, despite Capital not being able to pick any supports. Seraph going for a support, wants to get the respect out to Chinoy early here for Thunderbolt Rewind. 2 Thunderbolt Rewind players on Indigo here so far. Capital, your fourth pick.
So we got 2 Venice Viper players down. We got 1 more to go. Probably the most influential DPS in that championship run for the Venice Vipers. Obviously, is their all-star Mateo. Such a good pick. So happy they lasted this long. I thought you were going to snag them up because I couldn't pick any supports, and they fell into my lap. Thank you so much, Sarah.
So
You're welcome.
what was that pick again? I'm sorry.
Mateo from the Venice Vipers.
Mateo or mate, and then a bunch of numbers.
Mateo 02102003. I think that's the birthday, February 10th, 2003. I think it's
and we just doxed them.
Hey, it's in their name.
It's in their name, so technically it's not our fault. But anyways, Mate from the Venice Vipers, the 4th pick. Sarah, who are you taking?
For my 4th pick, is that one? Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I'll be taking Mizumi from Fierce United. They are definitely a reason why that finals match was pretty close.
Mizumi from Feeders United, going the 4th round. Cap, where are you going next?
I was kind of upset there was no more Feeders United people on here, despite being in finals, only having one all-star.
No disagreement for me. A couple of highway robberies there, but we'll let her go. Cap, where are we going next?
Well, I have 2 tanks left to go. I'm going Frostitute. You know, can't fat kid Frostitute. That's a great name.
That's a great name.
Frostitute from Hellhounds.
Frostitute from the Hellhounds going in the 5th round here to Capital. And Orem. Sarah, where are you going?
Just to finish on my DPS line for my 5th pick, I'm going to pick Draconis from Hellhounds.
Draconis, Frostitute's Hellhound teammate, going to Indigo here in the 5th round. And Capital, round out your roster.
Yeah, for sure. And I have 1 more tank to pick up. And who other than Mystic from Apollo. Great pickup for last round.
Mystic, huge pickup for last round for Capital and Orem. And then, Seraph, where are you going?
All right, and for my last pick, I'm going to pick up Apple Tree. Certainly not last, certainly last but not least. It's a Seer, and she's from a Seer. Is a Seer a French team?
I don't know. The only French team I 100% knew of was A10.
Oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But Apple Tree picked with your final rosters there for Orem and Indigo. The final rosters will be posted up very soon in the Discord, so you'll be seeing that here very shortly. But for Cap and Seraph, thanks for watching the Harmony Tier EU draft. We're going to get back to the cast. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much, Capital and Seraph, for completing that draft. Again, if you didn't catch it, here are your all-star teams in the EU space. You have on the Indigo side, 2 Madre, Linus Tech Tip, Chinoy, Apple Tree, Draconis, and Zumi. And then on the Indigo side, on the Orem side, you have Frostitute, Mystic, Skyflower, Yoshi, Mateo, and Elixir. Both all very fantastic rosters. Should be a lot of fun in the EU space, guys. But we are going to get this one to the next bit here tonight, and that is talking about some finals yet to come. We have 3 fantastic grand finals this week. We are starting off in the NA Harmony tier. It has been a long season coming for these 2 teams. A lot of work and very different stories. You got Doodles coming out of, the typical Doodle space.
Yes.
Which is nowhere and confusing everybody. But Doodles, they finally made the run. They've made it to the semifinals before. This season is the season of Doodles. They get to the championship this season, an opportunity to establish themselves at the top of Tranquility, and they are taking on the Galactic Penguins, the original preseason champions this season. And they have had quite a journey ongoing at different points throughout. They had some roster issues at the beginning of the season. Asterisk, yes, asterisk preseason champion. But hey, they overcame it. To their credit, they overcame it. Galactic Penguins looking fantastic all season. The long run, the long game. That team has retooled itself and has been playing out of their mind. So two teams at their very peaks right now. Beth, let's talk about some players to watch. Yeah, we'll start with you, Beth. Some players to watch here. Let's start with Galactic Penguins. Any specific player you're looking at?
Yeah, so as an off-tank player myself, the player that I'm going to be watching this match is Sticko, their off-tank. Very, very solid player, really good diva player, just an absolute delight to watch. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he squares up against this sort of the doodles who you never know what they're going to throw at you. And as an off-tank, you have to be adaptable and flexible. So I'm excited to see how he handles that.
Thug, what about you?
I went as an old person with really terrible aim. I went with a role that doesn't necessarily need that much aim, so I went with the main tank. I'm looking at Jonesy. It's Sticko's little right hand person. Main tank, so they go as the team goes as the main tank goes. I'm really excited to see kind of what he does and what attitude he brings to those matches, because when Jonesy's on, that team clicks. So big reason that they are where they are.
Beth, what about Doodles? What are you looking at?
So for a lot of the same reasons that Thug mentioned when he was talking about Jonesy, I'm going to be talking about Matcha Bingsu, who's one of the main tanks for Doodles. Although I'm pretty sure I saw a casted match where he was playing some Baptiste too. So main tank, flex support, kind of all over the place. But I'm mostly watching him on the main tank role. Feel like he has a pretty wide variety of different characters he can play, and he plays them all well. Watching him with that matchup against Jonesy is going to be really interesting. What
about you, Thug?
The same one. Matcha Bingsu is who I'm looking at. I'm looking at a main tank duel of the fates here. It is really these matches are going to be a lot of back and forth. Get Doodles, like you said, come out of nowhere every single season, and Galactic Penguins, who've had their transcendent rise from the pits of everyone's on the verge of hating them forever. They almost went like full flashbacks. And
full season 3 flashbacks, yes.
Full season 3 flashbacks.
You never go full season 3 flashbacks.
You never go full season 3 flashbacks.
No.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see this, man. It's gonna be a slugfest.
It's going to be a great match. Now, one of these questions I always like to kind of think about when I'm analyzing a matchup. So you take these teams, you battle them 100 times. They have 100 matches. Yeah, didn't you guys know it's a best of 100? Have fun. No, but in all seriousness, if you patch them together 100 times, who would win the most and how many times would they win? It's like when the underdog plays the big dog team, like, yeah, they would win 9 out of 10 times against that team, So that's something that I like to think about a little bit in these situations. Beth, what do you think here? If these teams played 100 times, who would win and by how many times?
I would say that Galactic Penguins would come out on top, but it wouldn't be by very much. I put them at about a 2/3, 65-66% of the time that they would be winning. And that's just simply owing to the two different kind of styles I feel like these teams have. Galactic Penguins, they have a lot of individual talent, but they're also a very well-coached, cohesive team. I feel like Doodles, though, can bring out the chaos, and it depends on how well the teams are at adapting to that. I feel like the more you play it, the easier it would be. So that's why I'm like, if they were to play 100 times, I'd go with Galactic Penguins, but it'd be fairly close, especially early on.
Thug, same question to you.
I'm following Beth here with a lot of it. I'd say 80% of the time Galactic Penguins would win this. I just think they're a better overall team. But that 20% is just it's the Doodles. Like, you have to take into account it's the Doodles. Every season they've played in Trank, it's been like, what the hell? Weren't they shit earlier this season? What just happened? And then they go on these crazy runs. So that's that 20%. But I just think Galactic Penguins are a better team on every level.
I mean, this is the best I think Doodles have looked since they've been in Trank. I think that
sure.
much is pretty clear. Like, all around, I mean, they earned a #1 seed going to the championship bracket for a reason. That's
right? Just
simply the way it's put. You got to give credit where credit's due, and they deserve a ton of it. So let's predict the scores. Beth, who do you got?
I have Galactic Penguins winning it, but I have a 4-3. I think that this is going to be a really long, drawn-out, knockdown, drag-out match. It could end up going the other direction, but I'm giving Galactic Penguins the edge on this one.
Thug, who do you got?
Giving it to Galactic Penguins. It's going to be a close match, and it's quite as close as Beth predicted. I'm thinking it's going to be a 4-2.
I do think it's a big mistake if people look at Doodles and say, there's no way they could do it again. Can they?
I know.
Can they? We've been here.
No.
We've been
We've
here.
been here.
We've been here. We've seen this. This is it's a tale as old as time. And some people who might be thinking Galactic Penguins are the shoe-in victory, they're probably saying, there's no way Doodles could do it again. Can they? Can they? They can. Doodles, I personally, if I'm predicting this match, I think
You're not in the script, bro.
I'm
You're
not in the script, but I'm going off script.
Oh God!
I am going off. I'm doing
Turn
it
him off!
live.
Turn him off!
I'm doing it
Where's
live.
Bowsy when you need him?
But in in all seriousness, I personally am picking on this one. I'm going Doodles. I just have this weird hunch that the Doodles are going to take this one. I don't know what it is. I just get this weird vibe that I just feel like the Doodles are set to step into this. And I'm worried that GP, with the status of being the favorite, will let that get into their head a little bit. Because GP has been playing as the underdog, I feel like, since the preseason championship debacle. I feel like they've been looking at themselves as underdogs. Now that GP looks like a favorite, I feel like if Doodles wins those first map or two, I think the mental is a serious question mark. Can GP recover in those situations? Sure. So I think this match will be decided in probably the first two maps. I feel like the winner of those first two maps, if somebody goes up 2-0, I think it's over. Straight up. So, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. That's the benefit of playing the matches and not just listening to us talk on the podcast. Harmony NA, guys. We had some all-stars in that group. Let's take a look at who we got here. We have Toxic, Sleepy G, Widowmain, Beth Con. Hey,
it's you.
Drug, Jonesy, QB, Onyx, Wooly, Bunkor, Ashes, PVB, Shobi, Rockaneko, Optibot, Jewish Missile, Zorthcon, Finief, Mimp, and Caden. And your all-star draft is coming up right now. Welcome, everybody, to the Harmony Tier NA All-Star Draft. Joining me here for this draft, we have Bethcon drafting for Orem, and we have Nerfed drafting for the Indigo side. These two have previously arranged to have a cage fight behind a Denny's, and due to that, Nerfed will have our first overall pick in this draft. So, Nerfed, who are you taking for the Indigo side?
So, my first pick, I decided I can't take anybody other than Jonesy. I mean, the guy's the MVP. He's arguably the best main tank, and I'm very excited to have him on my team.
Jonesy from the Galactic Penguins joining up with Indigo. Beth, who are you taking for your first pick?
All right. So Nerfed and I discussed this briefly beforehand. I'm actually picking myself for the first pick simply because I don't want there to be a weird implication that I'm picking the players I want to play against if Nerfed were to pick me. So this is the team of people that I want to play with in the All-Star game.
Now, theoretically, if you had Nerfed pick you, then you'd win either way. I'm just saying.
It's true.
Anyways. No, Beth picked with the first pick for Orem. Nerfed, who are you taking for your second pick?
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Jonesy's CPS partner on the Penguins. I'm gonna go with Syme. That guy impressed me so much in his game against the Penguins, or against the Duckies rather. So I'm going with Syme.
Gotcha. Syme or Widowmain from the Galactic Penguins joining up there. Oh, Beth, who are you taking for your second pick for Orem?
All right. So I think a strong team needs a strong support to back them up, which is why I am picking Mimp from Strix. Very solid support player. Excited to play with her.
Mimp from Strix. Oh, joining up on Orem. Indigo, where are you going with your third pick, Nerfed?
I think I'm debating between two right now. I think I'm gonna go with Rocco Neko. I want a strong off tank from Luminous to back up Jonesy. So yeah.
All right, Rockaneko joining up with Indigo. Beth, where are you going for your third pick?
For my third pick, I am going for a DPS player, and I went with Sleepy G from Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Really solid player, so.
Sleepy G, runner-up for the MVP voting from the Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Nerfed, who are you taking for your fourth pick?
All right, so as of right now, I think when I did this, there's only two main supports. So I think I'm going to take QB from the Big Bang Buccaneers.
That was going to be my next pick.
QB
There's only two of them, so.
Wait, who was the other one?
QB from the Big Bang
Wooly.
Buccaneers for the next pick here. Beth, who are you grabbing for your fourth pick?
All right. So since my main support pick was taken, I am going to go with the other main support and pick Wooly from Geometric.
Wooly from Geometric with the fourth pick for Beth for Orem. Indigo, you're up. Who are you taking for your fifth?
Let's go with Finief, also from the Luminous Foxes. Good main support, or good flex support rather. I trust him, and I think he'll do good.
Absolutely. 5th overall pick, Finief from the Luminous Foxes. Let's go to Orem now. Who are you taking for your 5th pick?
All right, Nerfed has been really nice in not screwing me over and taking away the only other main tank on the board, so I'm going to pick him up. So I'm going to go with Jewish Missile from Big Bang Buccaneers. Bringing the duo back.
Jewish Missile joining up with tank line teammate Beth Khan on the Orem side. Nerfed, who are you taking for your pick?
All right. I think I'm going to go with Ashes from Geometric.
Ashes from Geometric joining up their DPS duo Ashes and Widowmane. Very, very hit scan centric on that one, but very strong hit scans for sure. Beth, who are you going for Orem?
I'm going to pick up a DPS player, and I'm going to pick up PVB from Strix. Really solid player.
PVB 306 from Strix was one of the early MVP candidates this season. Definitely a strong contender here. Where are you going for your 7th pick here, Nerfed?
So like you just said, I have 2 hit scan DPS. I need a flex. Let's go with Chobi. I'm going to take Chobi.
Chobi
from the Penguins.
Joining up with teammates from the Penguins here on the Indigo side. Beth, where are you going next?
All right, I'm going back to DPS, and I'm going back to Big Bang Buccaneers, and I'm picking up Toxic.
Toxic Blade 47 joining up on Orem. Indigo, you have 3 players left to draft. Who are you taking next?
So I have my main roster filled out. I think I'm going to go with Optibot. Guy can play some main tank, a little bit of off tank, so I think that's very valuable. Just the flexibility right there.
Optibot joining up on Indigo. Beth, Orem pick next.
All right, I'm picking up my 3rd support player, and I'm picking up Zorthcon from Koala Kings.
Zorthcon from the Koala Kings on to Orem. That's 8 players now for each team's getting down to it. Who are you taking for your next pick, Nerfed?
So Nyx is kind of a lock for my team, so I'm not going to go with him yet. Let's pick up... You took PVB, right?
Yes.
PVB, yep.
Okay. I'll take Booncore then. I'll take Booncore from Frost Nova for my team.
Booncore from Frost Nova on to Indigo. Orem, where are you going, Beth?
All right, I'm picking up Kaden for my... At this point, I think it's pretty much set who we all are getting, but I'm picking up...
The formality is here. Let's make it happen. All right, Kaden from Squall joining up on the Orem side. Indigo, final pick. I believe I know who you're taking.
I'll take Nyx.
Oh, Nyx.
Just throw him on the team.
Galactic Penguins. And then, Beth, you have the leftovers. Who are you taking home?
Which is crazy that he's the leftovers, because he's actually a really good player, but I'm picking up Drug from Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Kind of got screwed over by the fact that I picked myself first, because I feel like he would have gotten a lot earlier otherwise. But
Drug,
very good player, very good off tank.
Drug from the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies joins up to Orem for the final pick of this draft. The rosters will be posted into the Discord very soon, guys, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we are going to get back to the podcast. Welcome back, everybody. That was our Harmony Tier All-Star Draft. For those of you who didn't follow along, here are your teams. Here are the Orem All-Stars. You got Beth drafting herself. Can't believe she would do that.
Biased Beth is
Come on, Beth.
Come on. Jewish
And
Missile.
Drug.
And Drug. What a tank line. Anyway, Mimp, Wooly, Zorthcon, Sleepy G, PVB, Toxic, and Kaden. And then on the Indigo side, Jonesy, Rockaneko, Optibot, QB, Onyx, Finief, Widowmane, Ashes, Chobi, and Booncore. Great all-star match that takes place on the 14th, so be sure to tune in here and we will have a fantastic all-star match there. Special thanks again, Cavalier, for the awesome graphics as always. Getting to our Discord tier finals, guys, this is a very different story than the prior finals. Galactic Penguins had to undergo so much turmoil and trials to get to where they did. Doodles is Doodles. In Discord tier, you have the exact opposite. You have the 2 teams that pretty much everybody predicted to be there. They are in the finals, and they have done so in dominating fashion to this point. Joey Esports, perennial powerhouse in Tranquility, Season 6 Tranquility Discord tier champions from Marsupial Gaming, up against the Cosmic Castaways. Team only dropped 2 maps all season here, moving into this finals. The undefeated juggernauts they are, both teams currently undefeated, will finally take each other on in the Discord tier finals. So a crazy match coming here. Finally, one of them will fall. One of them will have to lose this time. Unless either they agree to a draw or the giant meteor hits. That's basically the only situation where one of them...
I think a draw sounds better for
Yeah, they just draw.
Existence.
Score will be tied
I
at
mean, the meteor
fun
would
to
be
fun.
spicy though. It'd be
True.
something new.
True.
Yeah, meteor.
Something new. Hey, why not?
Why not?
Mix
Why
it
not?
up a little.
World's going to hell anyways, right, guys? All right, let's talk about some players to watch. Beth, start us off here. Cosmic Castaways.
So for Cosmic Castaways, I have to talk about Cry. She's the MVP of the tier, really solid support player. I feel like every supports tend to kind of fly under the radar a lot, but she has really proven herself this season, and I think that she'll be a player to watch for this upcoming game.
Thug, what about you? Cosmic Castaways.
I went with Minnie on this one. I think it's really interesting. Minnie is kind of a, I wouldn't say lesser known player throughout all Trank, but seeing him playing a main tank role, kind of going off of what trained with the off tank. So I'm kind of excited to see what Minnie does against who's on the other side of the map.
Well, why don't we just ask you who's on the other side? We'll just go right back to you because
It's a little guy. I'm not sure if you heard of him.
Nope, haven't heard of him.
First off, employee of the month.
Employee of the month. Yep.
Second off, he's a rather strong bear. You might know him. Household name around here, Cryptic J Force.
Yes. Tranquility. Excuse me, sir. That's Tranquility Hall of Famer, Cryptic J Force.
Sorry. Tranquility Hall of Fame,
Yes.
Cryptic J Force. No, I'm really excited to see what he does. He shows up in big matches. He always has. But now he's fueled by alcohol and hate. So
he's basically like us.
Is that a buff
Yeah,
or a nerf?
he's turning into an old angry man fueled by alcohol, hatred for young people,
And metal.
and super into metal.
Yes.
This is the way it is. No, Cryptic, I understand. You were 1 and 2 in finals, but you've been in 3 finals.
That's 3
and you
more
have
than
alcohol.
Thug.
That's true. Do I want to play off? I want to play off map.
You won
once.
1 playoff map.
Dude, no, 2.
2 playoff maps.
2.
Beth, save
Anyway.
Okay.
Joey
So I'm going
Esports.
to talk about my pick for the... Whoa, my room just went crazy. My player to watch on the side of Joey Esports is QZ, another support player. I feel like they're a really, really strong player. Their matchup against Cry is going to be interesting to watch. I feel like they're both kind of the backbones of their team, so it's going to be a fun matchup to look out for.
If these teams played each other, it's the same question I asked before. These teams played each other 100 times. Who'd win the most? How many times did they win? Thug, why don't you start us with this one?
Cosmic Castaways, and I wrote a number, but I'm gonna say a different one. 71 times, because 70 sounds boring. I wrote 70. 71 times Cosmic Castaways will win. Maybe even 72. I'll leave it at that.
I just poured my drink directly into my keyboard. That's a
Oh,
new
no.
one. That's not a good situation.
Oh,
But anyways, I'll tend to that problem. Beth, why don't you go?
Okay. I'm gonna go with Cosmic Castaways winning. I'm gonna change my number up too. I'm gonna go higher as well to 80% of the time.
Look at
They've
you.
proven themselves to be an unstoppable force
True.
this season. They have
True.
dropped 2 entire maps. I don't see that really changing here. So I think that there are some situations in which I could see Joey Esports pulling this out, but I feel like Cosmic Castaways is so strong it wouldn't be very often.
You hear that?
Daddy, are you okay?
And I'm back.
You got the compressed air.
I had the compressed air. I was blowing some things out from my keyboard, trying to salvage it, and I think I did, everybody. I think I did. But I'll have to take some
Bless.
rubbing alcohol to these keycaps because that's just an unfortunate situation there. But that's what I get. That's what I get for my hubris. Let's predict the winner, guys. Who is coming out on top in this one? Start us off, Beth.
I am going to pick Cosmic Castaways coming on top of this one, and I think it's probably going to be a 4-1. I feel like I said, Cosmic Castaways is a pretty strong team. I'll be very surprised if Joey Esports pulls it off, but yeah, so Cosmic Castaways is my pick.
And Thug.
I disagree with Beth. This is going to be one of the 28 times. I think Joey Esports is going to pull this one out. It's going to be 4-3. It's going to be close. Everyone look at Yeti. He looks cute drinking out of his mug. Don't spill anymore, dude. But let's go. Joey Esports, I believe in the marsupials this time. Only this time. Let's get it, babes.
My prediction, I have it 4-0 for Cosmic Castaways.
Wow.
Dang.
That team is stacked.
You hate Cryptic so much.
It's mostly my Cryptic hate.
It's like a personal vendetta at this
Yeah.
point.
It's borderline a personal. Look, in season 1 in Tranquility, I was helping lead the Fighting Potatoes back from the brink of elimination. They had won a game. Then we won 3 in a row. We were 1 win away from qualifying for the playoffs. Then we go up against Cryptic freaking Force. And he comes out. He's like, I'm going to play Brigida. And he brings Brig in. This is Brig before Bash couldn't go through shields. So what does he do? He abuses Brig like a loser. Yeah, I'm not going to
Wasn't
McDonald's
that Goats
anymore.
meta? Wasn't everybody
was.
abusing Brig
Not
at that
season
point?
1.
Oh.
Not season 1.
I want going to McDonald's. You know why? Because McDonald's is bad.
Their fries are good.
Yeah,
That is aggressive.
Their fries are okay. But anyways, let's go to the Discord tier All-Stars, guys. Your Discord tier All-Stars, as a reminder, this season are as follows. You got Magpolar from the Cosmic Castaways, Blood Hungry. You have Swifters, Train, Schuster, Navino, Pyro, Brent, QZ, Respite, Matson, Seraph, Voltage, B-Ball Man, LCS, Cryptic, Glitch, Basket, Cry, and Silver. And your draft is up right now. Welcome everybody to the Discord tier All-Star Draft. I am here with the GMs for the All-Star teams in this tier. It is Nagisa representing the Orem side and PDK representing the Indigo side. We will get this draft underway right away here, guys. The way we are deciding who picks first is I will name one of the All-Stars that are on this list, and they will have to tell me which team they represent. And before we get too far, I'm going to say the name of the person who it is, and the first person to say...
Experience Tranquility.
Welcome everybody to the Discord tier All-Star Draft. I am here with the GMs for the All-Star teams in this tier. It is Nagisa representing the Orem side and PDK representing the Indigo side. We will get this draft underway right away here, guys. The way we are deciding who picks first is I will name one of the All-Stars that are on this list, and they will have to tell me which team they represent. And before we get too far, I'm going to say the name of the person who it is, and the first person to say what team they're on is going to get the pick. And the person I choose is Respite.
Redacted.
PDK is first, which means Indigo will take the first pick overall here in this fantasy draft. Go ahead, PDK, when you're ready.
I picked Cry. I think it's kind of self-explanatory. MVP of the tier, so...
Cry from the Cosmic Castaways, the MVP of the tier. Nagi, you have second pick here. Who are you taking?
I would like to take B-Ball Man from Quokka Queens.
All right.
Really strong player, I think.
B-Ball Man from the Quokka Queens will be your number 2 pick, taken by Nagi. PDK, you have your second pick.
I picked Polar from the Cosmic Castaways. Just really strong DPS. Kind of the glue of that team, I think. Especially at the DPS line, so...
Polar or Mag Polar from the Cosmic Castaways. Taking this one here on the second pick. Another Cosmic Castaway picked now by PDK. Nagi, your turn, second pick.
I would like to take Pyro from the Cosmic Castaways, please.
Pyro, the support from the Cosmic Castaways, the second support taken from Cosmic here early on in this draft. PDK, your next pick.
I'll be taking Swifters from Joey Esports. Finalist, just really good Echo player. Just really easy.
Easy pick. Picking Swifters from Joey Esports, one of our finalists this week. Coming in the third round here for PDK. Nagi, your next pick.
I would like to take the Cryptic Force from Joey Esports.
Another Joey Esports player off the list as Cryptic Force is taken off here at round 3 by Nagi. PDK, who do you have?
I'm picking LCS from SEAL Team Spuds. Just I think easily one of the best main tanks in the tier. So yeah.
LCS from the SEAL Team Spuds picking it in the 4th round here. PDK picking up their first tank on that one. Nagi, your turn here. You got 2 tanks off the board and a support. Where are you going this round?
I would like to finish off my tanks with Train from Cosmic Castaways.
All right. Already filled up on tanks now. Well, technically not, but still.
Yeah.
Three tanks now off the list here for Nagi as they take Train from the Cosmic Castaways. That's all the Cosmic Castaways you can take, guys. You can stop with the Cosmic Castaways.
Are you kidding me?
That's all 4 that are all-stars. PDK, you're up.
I will be taking Basket from the Quokka Queens.
Basket from the Quokka Queens in the 5th round here from PDK. Let's go to Nagi, your 5th pick.
I would like to take Glitch from SEAL Team Spuds.
Glitch from the SEAL Team Spuds going in the 5th round here. So 2 supports, 3 tanks, nobody doing damage yet for Aurum. But Indigo, you have a couple of DPS, a couple of supports, and a tank. Where are you going next, PDK?
Getting another tank, getting that boy Respite from Redacted.
Respite from Redacted off the board now here in the 6th round. All right. And Nagi, go ahead.
I would like to take Seraph from SEAL Team Spuds.
Seraph from the SEAL Team Spuds joining up with teammate Glitch on the Aurum team here. The first DPS taken off the board here by Nagi as well. PDK, you have 3 tanks. Where are you going next?
I will be taking QZY from Joey Esports.
Going with another support, QZY. 3 supports now in hand for PDK on Indigo. Where are you going now, Nagi?
I would like to take Blood Hungry from Firefight.
Blood Hungry from Firefight, DPS player going to Nagi in the 7th round here. Getting down to the last couple of rounds here, PDK. Where are you going next?
I would be taking Voltage from Oath.
Voltage, the DPS player from Oath, now off the board and in PDK's team here in the 8th round. Nagi, where are you going?
Let's see. That was my pick, so I guess my Matson. Matson's free, right?
Matson, and that is a late round steal there. Second place in the MVP voting this season, taken an 8th round here as DPS. So Nagi's got 3 DPS, Nagi's got 3 tanks, Nagi's got 2 supports. PDK, you are sitting on, it looks like 3 supports and 3 DPS and 2 tanks. Where are you going next?
I will be taking Schuster from Firefight.
Schuster from Firefight joining PDK in the 9th round on Indigo. Nagi, where are you going?
Brent. From Domination.
From Domination with your next pick here. Nagi, that puts you at a total of 3 of each role, I believe now, if I did my math correctly. So that leaves you with the scraps. But PDK, where are we going next here?
I will be taking Silver from Oath as well.
Silver from Oath. That gives you your 4th support, I believe, with QZ, Basket, and Cry. So PDK stocking up on the supports here today. But nonetheless, there we go. Got 4 supports for PDK on that roster. And Nagi, that leaves you with the leftovers here. Who are you taking? Say the name.
Oh, do I have to?
You have to. You have to. Did you forget who it was?
I think I might know who it is, and I'm disappointed. No, I'm kidding.
This wasn't planned.
No, it's Navino, right?
It's Navino from
Navino from
Joey
Joey.
Esports. Navino.
This wasn't planned, by the way.
I
don't believe you, PDK.
I don't believe either of you, if I'm being perfectly honest. Navino, your last overall pick in this draft. There are your all-star teams for Discord tier, guys. This will be posted in the Discord very soon. Thank you, Nagi. Thank you, PDK. The Discord tier all-star game is going to take place next Thursday, the 16th at 8:30 at this very Twitch channel, so make sure to tune in for that. Thank you again, Nagi. Thank you, PDK, and let's get back to the cast. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much again to PDK and Nagi for taking care of that Discord tier All-Star Draft. In case you missed it, here are your rosters. On the Orem side, B-Ball Man, Train, Cryptic, Glitch, Pyro, Brent, Blood Hungry, Matson, Seraph, and Navino. And then on the Indigo side, it's LCS, Schuster, Respite, Cry, Basket, QZ, Magpolar, Swifters, Voltage, and Silver, wrapping up that roster there. So congratulations again to all our All-Stars. Let's wrap it up, guys, tonight with our Transcendence tier championship matchup. And for, some people may have mixed feeling about this, but it is a Marsupial Gaming finale. Although technically Epizeuxis is not Marsupial, they are Marsupial adjacent. Yes, just get that out there. But congratulations, both these teams. Epizeuxis, the #1 team all season, has been at the top of the rankings, has the preseason championship, undefeated the whole way through. Fantastic team, Epizeuxis, against the Devil Dukes. Really have only lost a couple matches, and those, I believe, were both against Epizeuxis. It's an interesting matchup here, guys, for Devil Dukes up against Epizeuxis. Thug, who are you keeping an eye on specifically on the Epizeuxis side?
I touched on a couple tank matchups in the first one. I'm going to switch to DPS, and I think Haruhiro is going to be somebody to watch for Epi. It's somebody that, I don't know. I think they flash a lot in places that they need to flash, and it's high consistency as well. I think is really important. Making sure that the floor is a lot higher, and I think Haruhiro hits that really well. You always expect a certain level, and you flash above it. So a really high floor and a ceiling that continues to rise. So Haruhiro.
Beth, what about you for Epizeuxis?
For Epizeuxis, I went with Cam. Again, biased towards my own role, but they're a very strong off-tank player, a very good D.Va player. So I think that they're going to be the player to watch from. I keep writing epistaxis because that is the medical word for nosebleed, but it's Epizeuxis. So.
I did see that, and I thought you wrote that purposefully.
Yes, I thought that was intentional.
I thought that was like a cute little I'm doing this because I'm a doctor.
Yes, look at me. I am doctor.
It's just me seeing epis and being like staxis, obviously.
QZ next season, we need an epistaxis in Discord tier. So just saying, get on that, please.
Blood coming out of it.
Yeah, great logo. Just a bloody nose. Thug, what about on Devil Dukes?
This one I went, and again, it's a matchup thing. So I went with Phone. I kind of phoned this one in because I stole bets. What is this? Is this All-Star drafts again?
No,
My goodness.
No.
No, but dude, Phone's nuts. I think it's going to be really fun to watch Haruhiro and them kind of go head to head. That's the whole matchup I'm going to watch, is just them two the whole time.
Yep.
And the beauty of it is it's DPS players and they're fun to observe with. So,
what about you, Beth? Who
Sorry
you
for the pun, my bad.
Let the record show that I filled out the sheet before Thug did.
It's true. I did say I phoned it in and just stole Beth. I did.
Yeah. But yeah, I also picked Phone. Watching their Week 15 match against Battalion, they were like really strong, a really good playmaker. They play a variety of characters, about 50-50, like Soldier, Hit Scanny, and then like Pharah and Echo and all sorts of different projectile stuff. So lots of flexibility there and the ability to make a lot of really big plays. So I'm looking forward to watching them.
All right, let's talk about the big question. They played 100 times. Who would win the most? How many times? They've already played twice, and Epizeuxis won both of them. Technically, by the law of averages, if you're considering two a sample size, it should just be Epizeuxis 100%. We don't even need to play this final. But we're going to. Thug, who is your team on top if they played 100 times?
I have Epi up 65%. I think they're a really, really strong team. And again, like you said, if we're going off the small sample size, it's 100. And it should be 100. And I should, you know what? I'm switching it. I wrote 100.
Yeah, it's true. He did. Math. He wrote 100 right now in there. So.
Math. It's 100% of the time. They win all
N equals 2. It's an underpowered study.
It's true.
So
if they played 2 times. Beth, what about you?
So I also went with Epizeuxis, but I went with 52% of the time. I feel like even though they've won these two, it's a close matchup, especially leading into the finals like this.
I agree. I think this was a very close round for sure. Thug, make your finals prediction. Who's coming out on top? What's the score?
4-1 Epi. You know what? Honestly, I'm changing it again.
Oh.
4-0.
4-0 Epizeuxis.
Yep. I'm bold. I am.
I respect it.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I respect it. I respect it. Beth.
I respect the smize at the camera as you were trying to think of what to follow that up with.
I know. It's late, man.
Beth.
Fair. I am, even though I said that Epizeuxis wins most of the time, going with Devil Dukes here. Simply because it's the finals, anything can happen, and it is tough to continuously beat the same team over and over again. We've seen it throughout the years. A player or a team will beat a team and maybe even beat them again, and then push comes to shove and they end up losing to them eventually. So I feel like Devil Dukes will figure this one out and end up winning 4-3.
So fun final stat. There has actually been no finals since season 4, I believe, that has been closer than 4-1. Did you know that? Because I didn't know that until somebody brought it up. I believe it was Capital.
Wait, say the words again. Can you repeat the part where
about
you said
the
all
thing?
about the things?
Yes. No finals has been no finals in all of Tranquility since season 4 has had a score closer than 4-1.
Huh.
Let that sink in a little bit.
That tracks.
My 4-0 doesn't sound so stupid now.
No, no, it does not. No, it does not. And if you look at, it's pretty wild. Last one was Caliber versus Airstrike.
Airstrike. Also, who was in that one?
That was
Cryptic
J-Force. That's the last one that I can recall. But before that, or since then, it has been all over the board. Season 7 was all 4-0s and 4-1s. Season 6 was all 4-0s and 4-1s. Season 5 was all 4-0s and 4-1s. This season, I just asked for some competition. Damn it! Just show us something. Just give us a close finals. That's all I ask for. EU Harmony tier. Congrats again to Venice Vipers, but you could have made it closer. You know, entertain us, damn it. Congratulations, Epi and Devil Dukes. Huge season for you guys. Let's wrap it up with a fantastic finals there. The Transcendence Tier All-Star Draft is yet to come, but I'm actually going to let that kind of play out the cast tonight because I need to go use the restroom. And I don't want to wait until I don't want to do like an 8-minute video and then do the rest. I'm just going to do the rest first and then do the 8-minute video so I can walk away. Anyways, now you know. Now I'm sharing the insider secrets, guys. Couple of announcements. First and foremost, there's no giveaway this week, guys, because we have an insane giveaway next week. I see a giveaway entry just hit. That doesn't matter. Navino, take it back. Actually, you can keep it there. Because next week,
it'll save.
It'll save. It'll save for next Monday. On Monday on the Iris podcast, we will be drawing for 5 $50 Amazon gift cards. So if you are going to be getting giveaway entries in, make sure you watch all week. Just watch all week, guys, because there are tons of great opportunities to pick up a large amount or a nice little bonus for yourself here at the end of the Tranquility season. So 5 $50 Amazon gift cards will be given out here at the end of the season, and that will all be drawn for on next Monday's podcast, the last podcast of the season, the Season 9 information drop. We do have a little bit of information to leak for Season 9. I'm getting ahead of the game a little bit here. I just do want to mention a couple of things for y'all coming up for Season 9, just to, again, dangle the carrot. There's some changes coming for Season 9. Probably the biggest collection of changes, I would say, since we implemented the stage system, I would say probably, Thug. Don't you think that's probably fair?
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would say so.
The stage system was big.
Yes. Everybody who plays is going to be paid a stipend of $1,000 a week. No, that's not even slightly true. Yeah, God, I wish.
Oh, could you imagine?
God, that'd be amazing. Imagine making money off of esports. Good Lord.
Imagine making money.
God. But in all seriousness, guys, we do have a little bit of information. One thing that's been talked about a lot, and something that I think is a great plan for next season, and something we're really excited to do, is we are changing up how we do our schedule. We have all the teams currently playing on Wednesday, which is great. Everybody plays in one day. Wednesday is Tranquility game day. Everybody knows it, loves it. Sign up Wednesdays, you're playing all your matches. Well, part of the problem is that creates issues for feature matches. It creates issues for coaches who want to play. we want to change things up a little bit to kind of be a little bit more flexible in how teams can kind of build their rosters and things like that. So one big thing is, and again, this is going into place for season 9. It's already in the rule book. It's highlighted in green for the change for next season. The schedule modification is that Harmony tier matches will all be played on Tuesdays. Discord tier matches will all be played on Thursdays, and Transcendence tier matches will all be played on Wednesdays. What this means is that coaches who are playing in Transcendence tier could show up for their Harmony tiers matches if they wanted to be able to be present and coach them. What this also means is that our ringer rule is going to be adjusted as well. You can ring in other tiers. As long as your SR qualifies, you could theoretically ring in other tiers now. So you can't ring in your same tier. You can't ring for teams in your own tier. Still a conflict of interest. If you're coaching a team in your own tier, if you're coaching Domination, you couldn't ring for Space Created. I say this because there's 2 names from those teams who are in the chat, just example. But if you
Staring at them.
If you were a player for Domination, you could ring for Throwing Your Bad. You could ring for Carnage. If you're SR qualified, you could theoretically also ring for a Harmony tier team. So it's the idea is that it makes everything a little bit more flexible. It gives more people opportunities to be present for their teams when they're coaching, when they're managing, things like that. And also, it still doesn't touch the weekends. The weekends kind of are forbidden because they're already being claimed by UGC and GGNA. We don't really want to mess with that. It would hurt it would hurt our ability to recruit, and it would hurt everybody else's ability to participate in other tournaments in the scene. So
true.
That said, that's a big change. That's just one of the changes.
Those are huge.
That's just one of the changes.
The change of the things is really big. It's going to get more changing.
We have more changes coming. It's just these are things that we're not just changing things out of boredom. We're changing things because we want to make things better. We want to make the community better, the tournament better. We don't want to rest on our laurels. We're always trying to do things a little bit better.
You know what I feel bad for though?
Who?
Like the 7 people that have read the rule book.
Yeah, the 7 people who've read the rule book. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, read the rule book.
Sucks for them, man, because it's going to change.
But there's a lot more coming, guys. There's changes regarding role locking. There's changes regarding, again, we talked about the ringer changes. There's some changes to some other policies coming, guys. Just hang tight, guys. A lot of that's going to come out next week, including our official start date for Season 9. It's sooner than you think. Trust me, when I was sitting here with Cav working out the start date, I kind of freaked out a little bit. It's sooner than y'all think. And by the way, we talked about this before. I know some people are like, well, is it going to be Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. We don't know either. Welcome to the club. We're in the same boat as all of you guys. But we're going to start because everybody, when we had the leadership fill out forms as to whether or not they wanted to start, people wanted to start. So we're going to start our season. If that means that we have to shift from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 in the middle of the season, we're doing it. So welcome.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that's going to be real fun. But we just have to adapt to what the market gives us, and what the market's going to give us is what it is, and we'll adjust accordingly and do our best for the community as a whole. Everybody's going to be met with the same stipulations. Nobody's going to get an unfair advantage because everybody has to deal with the same problems. And guess what? We have to deal with the problems with you. So that's going to be super fun for all of us. All right, the last quick announcement I'm going to make here, guys, before I'm going to turn it over to Beth, is regarding the Iris podcast. So I did announce this on Twitter, but for those who might not be aware, this is going to be the final season that I will be hosting the Iris podcast. I have been doing this since season 2 in Tranquility, which is crazy. I've been doing this now for 4 years. That is absolutely wild for me. I still can't really fully wrap my mind around it. And it was
okay. The first one's, man, with the seahorse.
Mm-hmm, the seahorse background. Yeah, it's still there. It's just behind the green screen. There's boxes behind there. You don't want to see my basement right now. It's disgusting. But in all seriousness, it's time for me to step away. I've had so much fun doing the Iris podcast over the last 8 seasons. But what it comes down to is this, guys. I'm changing what I'm doing for Tranquility because I want to be here for all of Trank. And in order to do that, I should no longer be a driving voice in Trank anymore in our content. I don't want to come off as a biased person. I don't want to come off as a person who would allow my personal feelings to influence my decision making as a staff member here in Tranquility. And with some changes that are down the line for me, it's important to me. So I'm looking forward to the future in Tranquility, but it won't involve me being a part of content. It won't involve me being a part of any podcasting. It won't involve me being a part of any match casting. It's going to be with me just as the orange name helping to lead the community. So I'm really excited for the future, guys. And I want you all to be excited about the future too, because
I'm not.
Thug is sad. No. In all seriousness, I am leaving the podcast in a fantastic place, and most importantly, I'm leaving it with somebody that I absolutely trust will do what's right, not only for our content, not only what's right for the podcast, but will do right for the community as a whole. So next season, our new podcast host will be Bowsy, who's going to be taking over the Iris and be one of the strongest voices in Tranquility moving forward into next season. So
HB Bowsy 64?
HB Bowsy 64, everybody.
What?
So congratulations. Thank you so much, Bowsy, for stepping into this role. You're going to do amazing. We already know it. We're already excited to see what you do in this role for absolute certain. It's going to be phenomenal. So, but that being said, that's my last podcast next week. So single tear will roll down my cheek, and then I'll be done. Thank God. Who will run your predicting Trank streams, you ask? Well, we have that decided, and I don't believe we are announcing yet. We haven't officially announced anything yet, unless they're wanting me to officially announce.
I'm checking the notes.
I'm checking the note. I'm checking my DMs, like frantically looking at my DMs. Yes, sure. Nerf will be taking over predicting Tranquility next season. So we'll have Nerf moving into that role, and not PDK. Not PDK. Nerf will be stepping in to take care of predicting Tranquility moving forward. So should be very, very good. We're looking forward to the future there, guys, in the content. But yeah, so this is my last so I will be done with the podcast. Like I said, it's been a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much for letting me do this for the past 8 seasons. I've had an absolute blast. It has been one of the most fun things I've done in my adult life. I absolutely love every second of it, but I am also looking forward to having my Monday nights spent with my kids, and that is going to be awesome. So really looking forward to that too. So, all right. That being said, guys, that is all I have, but Beth, you have something.
Yes. So one of the cool things that we're doing on actually the end of this week, June 11th, is we are having our first ever Tranquility members showcase. This was something that we only opened up to a select group of people, and it's specifically for us to be able to kind of exhibit and display and celebrate the awesome diversity that we've built within this community. So it is members of the like LGBT community, women, people from other underrepresented minorities were all asked whether they wanted to participate. And we are going to have a night with casted matches. They're going to be kind of like admin pugs in a way, where it's just we're mixing people up and throwing them together and having them play. And then between maps, we're also going to have interviews with people in the community kind of talking about how they got their start here, and different, sometimes even different challenges and struggles that they've faced as underrepresented minorities in the gaming community. So really looking forward to it. We'll be casting it on the Trank channel again, June 11th at 8:30, kind of the standard start time for basically all of Trank stuff. So hoping that you guys can tune in and just celebrate the community with us.
It's going to be an absolutely awesome night. Thank you so much, Beth, for getting that organized and everything. Should be a ton of fun. So make sure to tune in, support the community. It's the best way to support Trank, as always. We don't ask for merch. We don't ask for donations. We just ask you to watch, and that's the most fun thing for us. So hopefully you guys can tune in for that. We will go ahead and wrap up our night here. Our final thing is the Transcendence Tier All-Star Draft, and then the cast will be done. We'll be over. So thank you so much for tuning in and gazing into the Iris with us today. For Beth and Thug, I am Mr. Yeti, and we will see you again next time. Welcome, everybody, to the Transcendence Tier All-Star Draft. This is Mr. Yeti again with Navino and Bowsy. Navino will be representing the Orem side and Bowsy representing the Indigo side. Navino not on cam today because they are sitting in an internet cafe. They just enjoyed themselves the final bit of the Owl homestand tonight, so we can all be jealous of them here as we sit in our basement dank computers and be very sad that we aren't there. But anyways, moving into the draft, guys, we have to decide the first pick, and we'll do that the same way we've been doing it in all the other drafts. I will name a player, one of the All-Stars, and the first person to tell me which team they are on will get the first pick. And I'm just going to say the name right now, and you just blurt out the team. The player is Sir Olin, 21.
Arcadia.
That was really close, so we're going to do another one. The player is Slimal.
Epizeuxis.
That
Epizeuxis, EpiPen.
Of course. He gets the Marsupial team. I'm teasing.
I said the full Reckless Arcadia. He just said Arcadia.
It's
so.
true.
Well,
Well, technically, they're registered as Arcadia.
Yeah. Also, last season they were Atlas Arcadia.
That's true.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm just
You're going too thorough.
I'm nostalgic.
Give me your first pick. Navino.
Oh, I feel like I guess I'll pick the MVP. I'll pick Cam, the old man.
Cam from Epizeuxis, the #1 pick. Bowsy, who are you taking with your first one?
I'm taking Sir Orlin from Arcadia, one of my favorites heading into the season.
Sir Olin from Reckless Arcadia. Navino, who's going to be joining Cam on Orem?
I'll take Smugs.
Smugs, DPS from the Decapitators, joining up on the Orem side. Bowsy, where are you going?
Before he picks it, Stinky from Insidious.
Oh, Stinky. I'm sad I don't get to say that name again this season. I will be casting the All-Star game, though, so I get to say that one more time. It's my favorite name in the entirety of Tranquility.
I don't blame
Stinky.
you.
All right, Bowser, Davino, where are you going with your third pick?
I'm going to reunite the OG duo and pick up Dizzy.
Dizzy from the Devil Dukes joining Cam from Epizeuxis on the Orem side. The OG marsupial duo apparently coming back together here. Bowsy, Bowsy, who do you got for your third pick?
I'm going to pick Garrett from Decapitators.
Garrett from the Decapitators, the third overall pick. Bowsy with one of each role. Davino, a little tank heavy so far. Where are you going next?
I'm going to go... oh gosh, Crystal.
Crystal from the Devil Dukes as well, if I remember correctly. Yes. Crystal from the Devil Dukes moving into this slot here. Bowsy, who are you taking with your fourth pick?
I'm going to take Haruhiro from Epizeuxis.
Haruhiro from Epizeuxis. Epizeuxis constantly tells me Haruhiro is their favorite or is their carry. And they were the only one not picked for an all-star or for a end of season role star nomination. So you tell me, guys. I'm just kidding. Navino, you go with your fifth overall pick here.
I'm gonna go. I'm trying so hard not to pick marsupial people right now.
But you're doing it anyways. You picked three.
I picked two.
Picks.
I picked two.
Okay,
I picked two.
Cam, fair.
Okay, I also picked Smugs and Cam.
That's fair.
We can't say. I'm gonna go with Smarties.
Smarties from Throwing Her Bad, support player, joining up with Crystal on that support line for Orem. Who do you got, Bowsy, for your fifth pick?
I'm going to pick... Let's go for Aplom from Devil Dukes.
Aplom from the Devil Dukes, joining up in the Indigo. Navino, Orem, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Storm.
Storm from the Billings Boomers, joining up here. DPS player for the Billings Boomers. Bowsy, who do you got for your next pick?
I'm going to go for... I need some tank lines, so I'm going to go for PDK from Battalion.
PDK from Battalion, tank all-star this season, joining up on Indigo. It's PDK's second all-star game for the record, and it's their first time and the last time is season 3 when they were picked as a DPS, so come a long way for sure for PDK. Navino, your seventh pick.
I'm going to go Gap from Carnage.
Gap from Carnage. Navino now picked up his third DPS player today with that pick. Bowsy, who do you got for your next pick?
I'm going to go for Slimal from Epizeuxis.
Slimal from Epizeuxis, adding another support to that 3 support so far roster for Bowsy. Navino, going to your 8th pick. Who do you got?
I'm gonna take Spectre from Sigma.
Spectre from Sigma joining up there on the Aurum side. Perfect. All right, so Spectre joining that tank line of Dizzy and Cam there as well. So good looking tank line for Navino on Aurum. Indigo, Bowsy, where are you going?
I'm gonna pick up Phone from Devil Dukes.
Phone, one of the front runners for MVP this season, fallen all the way to the 8th pick here, and a great late round pickup for Bowsy on the Indigo side. Bowsy now with 3 DPS there selected as well. Navino, where are you going next?
I have 3 tanks and 3 DPS already, right?
Doing the math here, according to my calculations, carrying the 6. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I'll do Sia from Carnage.
Sia from Carnage joining up on the Aurum side. Bowsy, where are you going with your 9th pick?
Tescu from Arcadia.
Tescu from Arcadia adding in, that is your now 4th DPS player. So wrapping up what you're able to draft for DPS. And Navino, last pick, where are you going?
I think only Poofa's left. Yeah, Poofa.
Poofa and Ravage are the last 2 on the board.
I'm taking Poofa.
You're taking Poofa. Well, I believe you do. I believe you're in that. Oh, yes, you're taking Poofa. Here we go. So
yes.
Poofa here for your last pick. Actually, yes, that's correct. Poofa. Sorry, thank you. Poofa for your last pick, and then Bowsy, you have the leftovers.
Yep, the last one is Ravage from Carnage. I did not want to choose him last, but
you
just came to that way in the end.
Somebody's got to be the last pick, and this one falls in for Ravage from Carnage. All right, there's your Transcended Tier All-Star teams. The graphic with the team rosters will be posted in the Discord very soon, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, let's get back to the cast.
Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.